My name is Atif Sabir, and I'm happy to welcome to you to another episode of Talk with Kalanimi. Today, we are discussing a very interesting topic: how to deal with criticism and use it to improve. In today's episode, our guest Mr. David will share his valuable knowledge, advice, and powerful insight to help you to understand how to criticism can become a tool for personal and professional growth. So let's, without delay, we start our today conversation. David, how are you today?
Walaikum assalam Adif. Thanks for the warm intro. Feels like I'm on a podcast or something. I'm doing great, really pumped to chat about this topic.
Thank
Criticism
you
is a
very
tricky beast, but it's super important if you want.
Thank you
You
very
got
much.
it, Adif.
My first question
So,
is, what is criticism? Kindly explain it.
sure thing, Adif. Criticism is basically feedback someone gives about your actions, work, or behavior, usually pointing out what could be better. It can be positive, like constructive advice to help you improve, or negative, which might just be pointing out flaws without much helpful input. The key is how you take it, seeing it as a chance to learn and grow rather than a personal attack. What's your experience with criticism?
In my opinion, criticism is a feedback or comments about something you did, pointing out what was good and what could be improved. It can help you to understand your mistakes, learn, and do better for the next time. The next question is, why do people give criticism?
Exactly, you nailed it. Criticism is really about helping you see what's working and what's not, so you can get better. As for why people give criticism, there are a few reasons. Sometimes it's to help you improve, like a coach giving pointers to up your game. Other times, it might be because they care about the outcome or want things to go smoothly. And yeah, occasionally people criticize out of frustration or their own issues, but that's less helpful. The key is figuring out the intention behind the criticism so you can decide how to use it. What's been your experience with people giving you feedback?
Uh, Basically, people gives criticism to help you to improve, learn from mistakes, and grow up. It can also be guide you to do something better, make smarter decision, or reach your goals more effectively. But in my point of view, maybe the people who face the criticism can get the negative as because they think that the people criticize them or undertake them their performance or their output being down.
Yeah, you're right. Got it, Adif. Sounds like you're saying sometimes people confuse criticism with a judgment on their output or performance, and that can sting. Totally makes sense when you put effort into the work or output, not about medicine. Keeping that mindset helps me stay open and use the feedback to improve without taking it personally. How do you usually handle it when criticism?
Yes, when I face the criticism, I listen them carefully, be calm, cool, and listen what they said about me, my work, or my duties, and be cool and wait for my time, and then I will react with positive that the people are change their mind about my opinion or my outcomes. Okay, David, how should you react when someone criticizes you?
That's a solid approach, Adif. Staying calm and really listening before reacting is key. For me, when someone criticizes me, I try to do a few things. First, I take a breath and avoid jumping to defend myself right away. Then ask myself if there's something useful in what they're saying. Sometimes the truth is hidden in there, even if it's hard to hear. If it's constructive, I thank them and think about how I can improve. If it's not helpful or just negativity, I try not to let it mess with my confidence. Also, I find it helpful to ask clarifying questions like, can you give me an example? Or, or what would you suggest I do differently? That shows I'm open and helps me get concrete advice instead of vague complaints. What about you? Any tips you use when handling criticism?
I think that's I tolerate the that conditions, tolerate the conditions, and be cool and listen to the front person who are standing in front of me and talking about or criticize about my work, my outcomes, and then I
Yeah,
recall my mind to something, do something better or something bigger, and come back towards him, and then see what his opinion for the next outcome from me. David, what is the difference between the helpful or a hurtful criticism?
good question, Adif. The main difference is in the intention and delivery. Help criticism is constructive. It's aimed at helping you improve, usually specific, respectful, and actionable. It focuses on the work or behavior, not attacking you personally. For example, I think this part could be clearer if you explain it like this, or maybe try this approach next time. Hurtful criticism, on the other hand, tends to be vague, personal, or it might just point out flaws without offering solutions, or it could come from frustration or negativity. Like this is terrible, you always mess up, without any guidance on how to improve. Helpful criticism leaves you feeling motivated to do better, while hurtful criticism can make you feel discouraged or defensive. Have you experienced both types? How do you tell them apart?
Yes, you are right. A couple of times, the two types, as I mentioned in my question, helpful and hurtful, I face the both of the conditions. But I think that helpful for your improvement, improve your uh, performance, your efficiency, and hurtful can make a negative impact on you, point out your mistakes without any guideline, demoralize you. Something that type of things happened when you face that type of conditions. Uh, David, can criticism help you to improve?
Absolutely, Adif. Criticism, when it's helpful, can be one of the best tools for improvement. It shines a light on blind spots you might not see yourself and pushes you to get better. Whether it's in work, relationships, or personal goals, honest feedback helps you course correct and grow. That said, it takes a bit of mindset shift to see criticism as a gift rather than a threat. It's all about focusing on the opportunity to learn instead of feeling attacked. For me, some of the best game design ideas came after tough feedback from players or teammates. It wasn't always easy to hear, but it made the end product way stronger. What about you? Has criticism ever led you to a breakthrough or a new perspective?
I think that criticism help a person to review his decision, his work, and come for the next time be more better, more improved, or be more efficient. My opinions is around these points. I think that one question in raise my mind, I will ask to you to answer it. That if you do not agree with the criticism, then what a person can do?
Oh, that's a solid question, Adif. If you don't agree with the criticism, the first step is to stay calm and open-minded. Sometimes there's value even in feedback you initially disagree with. Then you can ask for clarification or examples to better understand their point. Sometimes it's just a misunderstanding or different perspective. If after that you still don't agree, it's okay to respectfully explain your side. Like, I see where you're coming from, but here's why I did it this way. The key is to keep it respectful, avoid getting defensive or dismissive. Sometimes you learn more from those conversations than you expect. Have you ever had to navigate a situation like that? How did you handle it?
uh, when i when I feel that type of conditions, or I pass from that type of conditions, I feel calms and listen to the person in front of me, and listen him carefully. That's what the things he point out in my work, or in the in front of me. David, thank you very much for your times and wonderful discussion we have for today. It's end of our discussion.